Good evening. I want to talk to you today about, are real estate agents still in demand? Now, in order for you to be a real estate agent in demand, you have to do one thing. You have to become a top elite real estate agent. Now, here's what I'm talking about. In order to be a top elite real estate agent, that means basically to pay more attention to your customer more so than you do yourself. Always do things to uplift the customer, always do things to make the customer's experience with you better. Because in today's time, we expect more because we've been exposed to more technology, we've been exposed to more like things like that. So when we are exposed to more things like that, which is a good thing, but it's like a counterweight also. So if technology is upgrading, then that means that your skills as a realtor should be upgrading also to keep up with the technology. Because you don't want to have your customer sitting there Googling real estate stuff while they're sitting there at the listing and they're looking at you like, okay, hold on. I thought you're supposed to be an elite real estate agent. How the hell you don't know these answers right here? See, when you don't know answers to common questions that the customer asks you, the customer is going to make the assumption that you're not a elite real estate agent, even though you might be, but you might have just had an off day that day. See, that goes back to what I mentioned a second ago about how we as humans, we demand more. So actually, customers don't really want you to have an off day. Even if you ain't feeling good, your head hurt, your back thrown all out of whack and all of this and all of that, customers don't really give a shit about that. Their goal is to get what they need for themselves and their families or whatnot. So if you don't know the answer to the question that they ask you, they're going to be like, this is a novice here. So let me fire this novice and let me go and get me somebody else who actually knows what the hell is happening here. See, you always want to paint the perception that you are a elite realtor because that's what's going to make you stay in high demand. So a lot of realtors have been emailing me here lately asking me, Tony, what do you think about the the virtual tour thing? Do you think the virtual tour is going to actually replace us realtors doing actual showings and stuff like that? And my honest opinion was, that I don't think it's going to really affect a whole lot because we as humans, again, we still want to talk to people. Yes, we might want to do stuff on apps and emails and kind of, hide behind stuff like that or whatnot. And that's okay. But eventually you're going to have that human interaction. Eventually you're going to have somebody of human beingness to, fill out the paperwork or to mail something for you or to send you an email or whatnot. So even if the VR tour thing, blows up and takes off big time, it's still going to be a realtor or somebody in the real estate game that's going to be involved with finishing that transaction or fulfilling that transaction or whatnot, where that VR tour can't really do or whatnot. So like I was telling the realtors who was asking me about this, I'm like, don't let the VR drone thing intimidate you. As long as you are a top elite real estate agent, you have nothing to worry about because you shouldn't let that intimidate you or whatnot. If you're an elite agent, nothing should intimidate you, nothing at all. Like no recession, none of that stuff like that should intimidate you. Because when you're an elite agent, you got your game locked in so tight that it's like nothing can fucking stop you. It's like, okay, so if the consumers aren't buying, residential properties, then let me go over here and let me work my connections over here with the commercial properties that's hot right now due to the, recession and whatnot. So, so as long as you, are an elite agent and as long as you have all your ducks in a row, you will always be in demand, regardless of what. It's the same way as like with your phone or whatnot. If your phone didn't take 10,000 pictures a second, you wouldn't have bought the phone. If your car didn't have the Bluetooth capabilities to open your garage door and to put the app on your phone, you wouldn't have bought that car. You wouldn't have bought it because, again, as humans and in today's modern time, we demand more or whatnot. We demand a whole lot more. So what makes you think your customer is going to demand more of you, their realtor, when you demand more of Apple to make a better phone? You demand more of Serta to make a better mattress for you. but you don't think that you should step your game up as a realtor and keep your skills up to always remain in high demand. See, that's what's going to separate the regular real estate agents from the top elite real estate agents or whatnot. So again, please don't let any, of this new technology stuff right here scare you with these VR drone, tours and stuff. Don't let that scare you or whatnot. The only thing you should focus on is the customer and making sure your customer service skills are up to par or whatnot. Again, because it doesn't matter if you pull up in a Mercedes, a Lamborghini or whatnot. If your customer service skills ain't on point, that customer is not going to buy the house. And even if this particular residential customer doesn't buy the house, and you have a commercial customer who wants to buy like a big ass like warehouse building or something to put like a co-packing company or something in or whatnot, you still have to have customer service skills to know how to finesse that particular customer to go ahead and pull the trigger on closing this particular deal right here. And see, that's all it's all about. It's just about finessing the customer. But you have to know how to finesse the customer in an honest, ethical way, because you never want to do anything to, like be dishonest to the customer. But there are certain ways that you can finesse the situation to your benefit. But again, you have to know exactly what you're doing. Everything has to be timed out perfect if you want to learn how to actually finesse the customer. But that's going to be the best way. So again, you always want to be an elite real estate agent, so that way you will always remain in demand regardless of the economy, the technology that's taking over. Even if fucking iRobot walked in and was doing a tour of the house and all of this and all of that, you still are going to be needed to finish the paperwork. The robot ain't going to be able to do the paperwork for you. And as long as you're an elite agent, the robot won't be able to boot you out the system or whatnot, because you are going to be valuable. Now, for the agents who aren't of the elite caliber, who are just like they don't really put a lot of work in, they don't really, sharpen their skill set, they don't really read books and stuff like that to advance their career, maybe they might get kind of booted off, unfortunately, and I hope not. It's not too late to be saved or whatnot, but you have to get started now if you want to be that elite real estate agent who always is in high demand or whatnot. So again, regardless of how the world is, people always need a place to live. People always need homes. So please don't ever forget that. And then when people don't need homes, dogs is going to need homes. So it might be like a real estate thing in the future where, you're selling a dog a house. It might sound silly right now, but honestly, it's really not. But, so people are going to always need somewhere to stay or whatnot. So as long as you are a top elite real estate agent, you will always be in demand. I guarantee you that. I promise you, you will always be in demand. And that about wraps it up for today's video. Until next time, I'll catch you later.